literally already the start of the episode is Sawyer rizzes up other girls in Club Penguin.
The market for some of those people are music lovers, and people that love music will find the music.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about
I think
this?
we should just shave our mustaches in solidarity.
Yeah, I think you should.
I will.
Like right now?
No, maybe not right now.
Welcome to Roseflower Radio. I'm your co-host, Mike. Wait, no. Welcome to Roseflower.
This week on the show, we had Sawyer.
I can't. Well, I want to restart.
I know, that was good.
Welcome to Roseflower Radio. Show that goes behind the scenes of your favorite independent artists and creatives. I'm your host, Michael Wilson.
And I'm your co-host, Finlay Matthias. With us on the show this week, we had Sawyer.
Sawyer. You got to. It's like in the back of the throat. You know what I mean?
Sawyer.
No, I'm just kidding. Hello, everyone. This is how we actually talk.
They believed us before, yeah.
Well, I am a cowboy at heart, but
This week we had Sawyer on the podcast. He is based in Miami, originally from Boston. He moved around quite a bit growing up, kind of like I did. We talked about that a little bit, but we also talked about his musicianship, how he is part of the Dumb Days community, how we met him, how he met Alex, all of that fun stuff.
and he brought us some alcohol, and that was pretty fun. I was drinking a Red Bull throughout it because I'm on my sober grind, but the boys had a wonderful time, and I was just babysitting.
He
It
was,
wasn't
he
that
was.
crazy. But if you like the podcast, you should definitely click the link. Why is that so funny? If you like what you see, make sure to saddle on down to the subscribe button. You can get yourself a
Mosey on down.
Mosey on down to the parts of the subscribe button. Get yourself a yeehaw, have a good time down there. And you can also find this on any other streaming platform like Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
This is such a great intro. On with the podcast. Enjoy. We'll see you guys next week.
Toodaloo.
You play Club Penguin?
I fucking loved Club Penguin.
That shit
Club
was
Penguin?
fucking
Yeah.
fire, dude.
I used to like conference call all my friends
Yeah.
on like my parents' like home landline.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had like 4 guys on there.
Dude,
playing
I had
Club
the
Penguin.
same thing. I had a funny story where, I guess we'll just get going then. I had a really funny story. Can you clap in front of your mic for me?
Yeah.
So that way we got the levels. There you go. And you can bring that boy up close, and that'll sound good.
We'll get real close.
I mean, you don't have to go like crazy close, but you know what I mean.
Let me tell you.
Well, I had a really funny story where when I was a kid, like starting like life. No, not life. But I was probably like in
Starting
like
Club
6th
Penguin?
grade or something. Like me and a buddy like had like we would call each other on like a conference call and like play Club Penguin together. And there's one really funny moment where he was like, "Yo, I'll be right back." My sister ended up at the bottom level. I think I've said this story before, but anyways, the phone rings again. I'm like, "Yo, bro, I'm at the plaza. Where you at, bro?" And he's like, 911. This is like, what's your emergency? I was like 6 or something.
Oh my god.
So I freaked out and I was like, what the hell? So I got scared. I hung up, which you're not supposed to do on the police.
No.
So they called back and I freaked out. I'm like, Dad, it's the cops. You know? And I'm like 10 or something.
Shaking
He's
awake,
like,
Dad.
what the fuck? So they're like, what's your emergency? Like, there is no emergency. Apparently, that exact day, like, my sister came home from school and learned 911, like, as like a...
She wanted to test it out?
It just so happened, like, on the same landline, like, she hit 911, like, right, and, like, hung up, and then just, like, hung up.
Like, dude, I'm in the plaza.
Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, yo, where you at, bro? I'm in
They're
the
like,
tube.
you're where?
I'm on a sled right now. I can't hear you.
Dude, I, like, lost the race, bro. I don't know, whatever.
He's lost the race. He's at the plaza. Go,
Yeah.
go, go.
Go. No, but it was definitely, that was my one Club Penguin. I've actually had many Club Penguin stories, but that's not
How
why
many
we're here.
girlfriends?
to talk- what?
I totally just, I ruined that segue. How many girlfriends on Club Penguin?
Wow.
Oh, that you mean just go
Yeah, I thought you were
Yeah,
saying,
no, on Club Penguin.
you're saying like, yo,
You
you
know, like you
incel.
flirt with them and you throw the heart.
Dang. Well,
never
I
did
didn't.
that?
I wasn't spinning game on
He's
Club
just-
Penguin.
I did not
I was
have the-
risen up on Club
I didn't
Penguin.
have the game. 12-year-old me wasn't there, you know? I was too busy trying to get all the puffles, you know? My priorities
That's literally
were off.
already the start of the episode. Is Sawyer rizzes up other girls in Club Penguin.
You got, you know, I get like the nice igloo.
And there you, yeah, you know, show them your igloo, you
Yeah.
know? Show them the
Show
ice
him the
bag.
penthouse.
Ooh.
It's crazy. The MTV crib. That's wild. Well, okay, Sawyer, welcome.
Yes,
to the
Yeah, thank you for
podcast.
having
welcome,
me.
welcome. I love
Super
our
hyped
new
to be here.
format of diving into a random conversation
That's what
and
we need
then
to do,
welcoming
bro.
the guest. It's
Yes,
one of
yeah.
my favorite things.
crazy.
So, Sawyer, we met you at the Dumb Day show.
Dumb Day show,
I
yeah.
believe you performed that night, right?
Yeah, I opened up for all of them.
Yeah, that
for,
was fucking
you know,
dope.
like
So-
Jacob, Buppy, sorry, all of them.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
No, so what I was really curious was like, you live in Miami, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll get into that. We'll get into, the commuting back and forth. I'm really curious about that. But how did you meet Alex? How did you get into, like, that kind of Dumb Days community and, like, all of that's been coming up over the last year or so?
So the story of how I met Alex is interesting. I was at the Break-In show. Big fan of Break-Ins.
Yeah.
I was at the Break-In show in LA, and I was a little drunk, and I was with a friend of mine, and I was like, oh, and my homie Josh was there.
Shout
and
out
I-
So
Josh.
shout out
Josh behind the camera. Come
and
on.
I was like, oh, I'm going to go stage dive.
As
And-
you should.
And as you should. And so I run past security, like friends filming. I go and I jump up on stage, jump off. No one catches me. Land super hard on my back, like it's bad. And I remember coming home. My girlfriend was pissed at me. She was like, "Why'd you do that? Like you're so dumb. Like you could have got really hurt." And I was like, "I don't know. I was feeling it."
It was fun.
But
Quick
the next,
tangent. Did you get this girlfriend from Club Penguin, or was it
Yeah,
like
just one of the
another-
girls.
honestly, it could have been. Like you
We
never
don't-
know.
That's true. We don't know
could
who's
have
behind
met.
the
I don't. I
screen.
mean, maybe we were on different servers because I was
Yeah.
on maybe the East Coast servers. Maybe she would have been on West
You
Coast.
were on Iceberg
Yeah, I was on Iceberg 3.
at the Classic.
Yeah, she was on maybe 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so the next day I wake up and I see a bunch of videos of it.
Yeah.
And one of them was Dumb Days. And I see the video and I DM him yo, can you send me this video? This is sick. And I'm like, wait, we have a bunch of mutuals from school because we both went to Chapman together. And I was like, yo, you went to Chapman, blah, blah, blah. And we just got to talking. And then we did some work together. We just put out the music video from most recent
So
song.
sick,
Fireball.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed that.
It was awesome.
No,
We
I
had a
wanted-
lot of fun making that one.
No, one of the things I wanted to ask you was where the fuck are the Steves in that video? I can't fucking
You
find
didn't
them,
find the
bro.
Steve?
I can't find them all.
I think
There's
it was
5 of them, right?
No, there's only one.
Oh, I thought there was
5?
I thought there were 5. Have I
He's
been
been
look
s-
3?
there's
Oh, I've
3.
been looking for 2
Was there
imaginary
3
Steves.
Steves?
Yeah, I thought there were 5, so I was like, oh, I only see 3. Where are the other 2? And I was going to ask you where they were.
At least 2. That's so
Damn,
funny.
I didn't know that.
You didn't even know how many
And,
Steves
well,
were in your thing.
we talked about that, and we have some merch coming out soon too.
Hell yeah.
That we did together. I'm super hyped on, and the idea for that was find the Steve, get a free shirt. So
That's
Yeah,
so sick.
no, I was
sucks
mad.
for you. You're not getting
No,
a
because
free
every
shirt.
single one that I found was already found. Like, I was on the stories, tapping through it. Like, all right, I found one. Then I tapped Alex's story. People have found this one. Find the next one. Tap the
You
next
gotta be
story.
quicker.
It's the next one.
You gotta
I
be
got
quicker.
beat. I got beat to the punch.
You weren't
by-
locked in.
No, I wasn't.
You were not
know.
him.
You were
I
not
was,
him.
I'm
not
not him. Clearly.
Well, it's crazy. Talk about. I feel like we hit. There was a big jump. We went from Club Penguin. We went from diving off a show at Break-Ins.
Break-ins, yeah.
Or diving off a stage at Break-Ins' show, and then doing the Dumb Days video. I feel like that's probably how many years? Multitude.
Probably maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Not too long. And at the time I was living in LA. I was
Yeah.
in West Hollywood living with a friend of mine. And as I kind of packed things up to pick up and move back home to Miami, I was like, well, let's get this done. Let's release this. Let's do it. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we literally filmed it the week before I moved.
Wow.
So I didn't have much in my apartment, and then we just did it.
So you grew up in Miami your entire life? Or
I
was
grew
that-
up kind of all over the place. Originally, I was born in Boston.
Okay.
And then I moved from there to Miami when I was little, and then from there we moved to London.
There
lived
we
in the
go.
UK for
There
a
we
couple of years.
go.
Yeah, I feel like
There
we talked about that when we met at the show. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Lived
There
in
we
London
go.
for 2 years, and then Boston, and then I finished high school in Tampa. And then when I finished high school, I moved out to Orange County for
Wow.
college.
Okay.
So you've been all about.
A little
So
bit.
You a big sports guy, or what's your
Yeah, we were
Celtics?
just talking about sports. Patriots.
Okay.
I'm not a huge. I've never been too invested in basketball. I like playing basketball. I like
Yeah.
basketball, but definitely ride or die Patriots fan. I don't watch a lot of baseball, but Red Sox fan
Yeah. There you
when
go.
they're good.
Yeah.
But
Totally. That's
Micah
super funny.
Mike and I's sports relationship consists of almost every Sunday me texting him the screenshot of the Broncos scoreline and going,
Are you guys from,
and that's
both
about
from
it.
Colorado?
He is.
I'm from Colorado.
That sucks.
Hey, we got the note. Look, man. Hey, right now Patriots aren't that hot, also. So I'm
yeah,
gonna
but
throw
they
that
got
right back at
they
you.
got Belichick. They'll be back.
Yeah,
They'll be
well,
back.
I'm hopeful.
Yo, you see that video of him doing the walk of shame from some college town this
No.
morning? This
Bill
video-
Belichick?
Yeah, you see
He's like
this?
he
60.
married?
Yeah.
All I know is, bro, on Twitter this morning there was a video of him coming out of some college. Josh, you know what I'm talking about.
I saw that dude save to my camera roll in 10
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't
like
know
that.
what.
I like that both of our reactions. Mine was like, "Isn't he married?" You're like, "Isn't he 60?" Like,
Both are just wrong. There's some immoral.
No, I don't
problem.
know the full backstory. All I know, I saw on Twitter like this video, like Ring doorbell camera of him. He's like shirtless.
Wait,
like
I
and
wanna
then
see
he
that.
walks out and he like does a big stretch, like, and then goes back inside, and someone like leaked
Stop.
the Ring camera.
he went back in.
I swear,
Atta
right,
boy.
Josh?
Round
right?
2, bro. That's crazy.
He was locked in. He was dialed.
You guys should get.
Yeah, we'll check that out.
That's
so
crazy.
No, so sports fan, moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're bouncing between Miami and LA.
Funny. That's not something normal people bounce
That's not
in
something
between,
most
I would
people
say.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the most artists, their dream, they're in LA and then they don't leave again.
Mm-hmm.
That's for 99% of people. That's kind of the goal. So you were here
I was here.
and you wanted to go back. What wasn't here that you needed back in Miami? You know?
I think I just needed a break of LA.
Very fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
made
real.
some really good friends out here, and a lot of really cool collaborative people, and a lot of cool collaborators. Like, I mean, Josh and Dumb Days, and Jacob and I have done some stuff together. He's
Shout
a
out
really cool
Jacob
guy.
Gale.
But I think I just need a break and a little like reset, go home.
Yeah.
Kind of like get my foundation, and I've been talking about maybe coming back out soon. But yeah, that's.
So why are you out here right now? I feel like that's another good thing. Is like
I came out to see my girlfriend.
nice.
There you go.
And whenever I do come out, it's to see her and to do music stuff like
Super
this
dope.
and
Yeah.
Yeah,
work with
yeah.
people. So yeah,
And then my follow up to that was I was curious. So Miami music scene, LA music scene. Are there positives? Are there negatives? Is there one where you're playing a show? Maybe you feel more at home in Miami or in LA. Like, are there noticeable differences between the two music scenes?
I haven't really gotten deep into the Miami music scene. I mean, obviously South Florida was really big back in the SoundCloud days with X and Ski
Yeah,
and
totally.
that scene. But now it's a lot of like club music. I think there's a lot of like reggaeton. I just watched the show Neon, which was pretty cool on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
It was a little corny, but I guess it was like.
Wait, what is
interesting.
it?
It's about like a kid, like 3 kids that moved to Miami to become reggaeton artists.
Yeah.
It's cool, but it was kind of corny. It was like Outer Banks, but for like musicians, I guess.
That's
But yeah,
really
the scene
attractive
out there is
people
very
on the
different.
beach.
What's that?
Really attractive people on the beach, basically.
Literally, yeah, and like Daddy Yankee.
Love that, dude.
Really attractive people and Daddy
Daddy
Yankee on the
Yankee.
beach.
On the
Okay.
beach.
I'm glad we made that distinction.
Yeah.
He does not qualify as the
Yeah.
attractive one. That's
Yeah.
funny as hell, bro.
So before we dive into your newest release, My Fault with the Dumb Days video, we talked about it a little bit. Let's bounce back a little bit.
Let's go back.
Where did
back.
music come from? Where
Music-
did Sawyer
Where did music
as the
come from
artist,
as a
yeah,
whole?
no, as a whole, yeah. Talk us through the history, yeah. No, so where did Sawyer as an artist come from?
Yeah, so I started in high school, kind of just like messing around with friends, like set up a cheap mic, Apple. We did like the Apple wire. It's
Oh
like,
hell yeah, baby!
in the closet, thinking that was gonna like make it sound better.
And
And
it's
it
all
does,
mindset.
okay?
It's all mindset.
and we did that just like for fun, messing around. And then when I went to college, I met a friend, and we did like a bunch of stuff together. And from like the beginning, I just fell in love with the process of making music and telling stories and putting stuff together. And when it clicks, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Totally. So how
Yeah.
old were you? Like probably around this time.
Like 16.
Yeah.
16 or so. And I didn't really take it seriously up until when COVID hit.
Okay,
I was diagnosed with Crohn's when I was 10, Crohn's disease, and it was a pretty like dark point in my life where I didn't really get to do much, and so I was like, I'm gonna pick up music and try and take this seriously. And it was a great escape for me to like talk my feelings out and just escape the turmoil of the world at the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's where Sawyer was born. And,
Okay.
so yeah, I started doing it seriously then. Went back to school, was doing it and finished up. And then was like, all right, I'm going to pack my stuff, move to LA and see what I can do.
It's crazy.
And yeah.
If you want to talk on like Crohn's disease a little bit, for those who like are listening or something who aren't aware of what that is, like like me,
Yeah.
like what is like Crohn's and like what does that entail specifically?
It's an autoimmune disease, and more specifically, it's a inflammatory bowel disease.
Okay.
So it's like a lot in your intestines, and there's 2 types of it. There's Crohn's and there's colitis. and Crohn's is your lower intestine, and colitis is your upper intestine.
Okay.
And I've always been super passionate about that, and I've done a couple of fundraisers, and I went and volunteered at a camp for kids with Crohn's and colitis.
That's sick.
And that was a really eye-opening experience. That was really cool, and a lot of those kids that I was a camp counselor for, like, still my friends and like support my music.
There you
Wow.
go. There
Like,
you go.
They're like hit me up
That's
and be like,
so
dude,
cool.
like I love your new song.
No, honestly,
that's really
being a
cool.
camp counselor is like so rewarding. I did a camp counselor gig this summer. I was the photographer at a summer camp this summer, so I wasn't counseling, but I had the same job title as all the counselors, but I was just there with my camera, so I was counseling them, but like I didn't have like a group assigned to me. But it was so rewarding, just like chilling with the kids. It was a music camp specifically that I
that's
was
sick.
just doing the photos for, like a 3-week summer camp kind of thing for like songwriters, producers, that type of thing. And no, it was just so rewarding, like having like all these pretty young kids, like, yeah, Finlay, that was so awesome, like, you know, giving you high fives, like doing all that, and it's like, it's very rewarding. Yeah, it's very it's really like nice to like, I don't know, have a little bit of like the youth energy around for a little bit. I feel like.
Do you get along with kids? Is that like
Yeah,
You big,
kids
like-
are sick. Well,
do you want to have kids? I feel like that's a good question.
Yeah, I want to have kids. I feel like I'm a kid at heart.
Aren't we all?
And I hope I never change. You know, I like being stupid and making
Amen.
mistakes.
I love jumping off of shows that
Yeah, I love that.
Literally.
That's my favorite pastime.
But yeah, I want to have kids someday. I don't. Yeah.
That's a deep. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you with
No,
such
you're
a
good. I'm
tank,
gonna,
bro.
I'm gonna
Yeah, and
grab
now
a
tell
beer,
us about the
speaking
meaning of life. You know, like
Yeah.
what do you think? Why are we here? you
So
know?
when your mother and I met each other and we love each other very much.
Fuck, you got me.
him, man. Yeah, bro.
God damn it.
Finley's mother. Let me tell you. Let's talk about that. For a
Yeah,
minute.
let's get into that.
Well, actually, she just got some new couches for her living room.
Sick.
They are.
Did they
I
pass
don't know.
Well, I
Dude,
saw-
they're in,
I
they're
saw
in
the couches.
Edinburgh,
They're
bro. They're in
okay.
Edinburgh. I'm not gonna see them until Christmas. I got photos though. They seem pretty cool.
Well, she showed me the couches when I visited. And,
Whoa.
you know, they were okay.
Whoa.
I'm just playing.
Got him.
I know some of those couches really well.
oh my god.
No, it's crazy. But I will say, so, is there a reason why, like, you said, like, that's where, with all of this stuff, like, music started to become your outlet? Was that, like, you said, like, and that's where Sawyer started. So, like, what is, like, the name Sawyer mean to you? And what is, like, is there, like, a reason why, like, that was the artistry and, like, moving forward with that?
Yeah. So right when COVID started to become a thing, my grandfather was he passed away from brain cancer,
Dang.
and his family name is Sawyer, and my middle name is Sawyer. And
Yeah.
it was kind of an ode to him. Yeah.
Do
Wow.
you go by Sawyer day to day?
It depends. Like I was just talking about this the other day, where it's like it's weird because some people know me by my real name, which is Parker, and some people know me by Sawyer, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do at this point.
Yeah.
Like I've dug a hole for myself.
Listen, you know what? Half of Parker and half of Sawyer is still Sawyer or
So-
Parker.
so
So
we're-
you can choose.
Just
you
the
know.
herb part.
We're both.
Yeah, well, it's funny. We actually just recently, our last podcast that we had was with Kyle, or his artist name is Dean Fillinger, and Dean Fillinger is his middle name. It's the same sort of thing,
Oh,
but he
sick.
goes by Kyle. Well, his first name's Kyle, and like it's one of those things where he says like at this point like half people in his life call him Parker, the other half call him.
They call him
sorry,
Parker.
I got
We have the
confused.
same name. That's sick.
It's actually you. No.
I am him.
You are him. No, but it's just one of those things where I've always found like I think middle names are like such an interesting thing that I think a lot of artists actually end up like playing off of. Like I know one of my old roommates, his middle name ended up like being his last name on like his artist project. Like I think a lot of like middle names is kind of like that second identity.
What's
you know
your
what I
middle
mean?
name again?
My middle name?
Yeah.
Churchill.
Oh, I
That's
forgot.
sick.
That's a good one.
Well, dude, I make fun
How
of
did
him
I
for being
forget
from
that?
the UK, but I got like the most like, I think I'm
You got
like
that
Welsh.
Churchill.
family.
Wait, we didn't even talk about that. You are from the UK?
So it's
Oh boy.
So people call me a fake British person, but I'd rather pretend to be British than pretend to be American because it's very hard to choose what I am. So you can tell me where I'm from. My entire family is British.
Okay.
I was born in Texas.
Okay.
I grew up in Southeast Asia.
Oh
So
my gosh.
between Vietnam, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, all of that. And then I went to high school in Edinburgh, which is where my mom is from, where my family is actually from. And then because I was born in Texas, I have American citizenship, so I moved here for college.
Okay.
So you tell me, where am I from?
You're from everywhere, but I relate to that because I moved around a lot growing up too. Like, where are you from? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. Am I from Boston? Am I from Miami? Am I from, was there a third place you said? Maybe I'm thinking of Orange County.
Or I guess.
Yeah, like,
like
I just
Boston,
realized something.
Miami, like, yeah.
Something kind of weird too that I just realized is I grew up in a town called Parker, Colorado.
Yo.
I didn't think about that until
and if
just
you
now.
want to know, that's a crazy connection. So
I own that town. Sorry.
Oh, that's yours.
That's my town.
Yeah.
So he
My
grew-
daddy owns it. My daddy owns
Who's
that
your
town.
daddy?
Whoa.
That's crazy.
So he grew up in a town named Parker, and we have the exact same birthday. It's 25th of September 2001.
No way.
Exact same birthday. I'm 3 hours older than this man.
Sucks for you.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
fucking loser ass motherfucker.
Look, bro, I'm just here, man.
No, but it does suck. It does suck when we go through like a show or a bar or something. Because I think he knows. He goes first. He shows them his ID, and they're like, "Yeah, okay." And then I go up next, and I'm like,
Exact same birthday.
yeah, and then they go,
We are like, yeah, it's just so funny because everyone's
Like,
like,
Like a few-
we're not buying this, guys.
no,
Sorry.
like in the liquor store, a few times I had to be like, I was behind him. I had to be like, yo, listen, you gotta, like, I can show you other ID. You gotta believe me. Because they, like, no, they see two young looking dudes with the exact same birthday on their ID.
I've never
They're like,
been, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been ID'd, like, except for like going into bars or something like that, like where you have to get
I mean,
in.
with a mustache like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
that
what-
was our first thing that we talked about.
Yeah.
That was our first interaction. Was I was like, look at that stash, bro.
My stash.
Yes, we talked about our
I
stash.
remember that. Yeah, you
My
did.
question for you,
Oh,
it
that's
was
right. I
really
forgot
brief,
about
but
that.
we were both just
Yeah.
like, yo, stash.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's the question. I've been trying to explain this to a couple of like people in my circle. The stash changes you. Once
does.
you like grow a mustache, like it's game over.
It's game over.
It's so hard to get rid of a
and
mustache.
you just look so much better.
It's insane. Do you think like I feel like the mustache is kind of like getting more in. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, 100%.
It's coming back.
I
It's
feel like it's-
I
definitely
feel like
coming
it's
back.
been in.
it's this. Yeah, well maybe.
Like
Like
Top Gun?
2018, 2019
saying.
since, I feel like
Yeah,
it's been coming
yeah.
back. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like you know how like fashion repeats itself.
Because we had a minute of beards, and now I think the mustaches are coming back.
Which one do you fall into?
I
Yep.
can't.
I knew that was a freaking.
Well, so
hit up.
I am like in theory, I am like a mustache person. Okay, I can't grow a full beard, but I would be able to grow a mustache.
He's saying in theory.
But no, because it's there. But I have scar tissue all on my top lip, so there's no hair. So no, I can grow the full goatee, but there's no point in keeping it because everything from about here to about here is scar tissue. So there's no hair follicles in it anyway. So if I don't shave for 2 or 3 days, I end up with like, goatee kind of mustache
Whoa.
thing, and then you.
How many days? Like how often do you shave?
I don't know, every other day, every 3
Wow.
Because I gotta keep it clean shaved because it either it's clean shave or it's like weird patchy
So interesting.
scar tissue weirdness. So I just rather keep it shaved.
Speaking of shave,
So Micah flexes on me every time he brings up the mustache thing. He knows that he knows how much it
Hey,
hurts.
hey, we can talk
Oh,
about
man,
this
I'm
after, man.
sorry.
I didn't mean to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like a thing.
Yeah, we can.
Do we want to talk about?
I think
this?
we should just shave our mustaches in solidarity.
Yeah, I think you should.
I will.
like right now.
No, maybe not right now. Maybe in like a week update, you and I should both shave our mustaches, and we'll post a picture.
I'm down.
You
I'm-
do it.
I'm
What if
Send
we
it-
like
I
take
will.
off our hair and like stick it on the film?
Some double-sided tape.
Yep.
Oh
That's
man.
sick.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry for saying those words.
Yeah, me too.
Well, one thing I was actually really excited about was when we saw you at the show. First of all, like your music is insanely good.
Thank
and
you.
that's
Thank
it's
you so
one of
much.
those things where, we've been to many shows. We listen to a lot of independent artists
We
on
spent
our
2
live
hours
stream. Yeah,
doing
we
it,
did it
yeah.
today. Like we listen to a lot of music a lot of the times, hearing from a bunch of people. And I feel like it's still always like there's a rush and like such a rare find when you still find someone where like the music through and through is just like so authentic. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I
Wow.
wanted to ask like, because I feel like that there's, you mentioned that you went to the break-in show, but I feel like that there's elements in there that's like, there's the emo, there's the pop punk, there's like some of those other things like growing up. What was your musical influences what got you into like where you are now? Like what's like been like music listening, not as an artist, but like as a music listener. Like where have you been over the years?
So I grew up skateboarding.
Attaboy.
So I started skateboarding when I was like 3, and I literally, living in Miami, my mom would pick me up from school and drop me off the skate park.
That's sick.
And I'd just like hang around those guys, and they all like would look over me because I'm this little kid.
Did you like wear a helmet and like?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, my mom. I grew up skating too, and my mom was very much like, "You do not wear," like whatever. And like when she left, I was like, "Take it off" or whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, I didn't take it off. My favorite skateboarder growing up was Bob Burnquist.
Yes.
And he
always had his own
the facility, and I was like, I want to be him.
Yeah.
And he had the pads and everything. So
Totally,
I was like, it's
dude.
cool to wear pads.
Yeah.
Like,
Tony Hawk did that too a little bit when he. I mean, but that was like more half pipe. But
Tony Hawk
sorry.
spent a long time without wearing a helmet, though. He did a lot of damage before he put the helmet
I know, but
on.
he's lit, so it works.
yeah,
out.
he's sick. You can't say anything bad about Tony Hawk.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Tony
sorry.
Hawk's my dog, bro. I played almost every single Tony Hawk
Like, you know
iteration.
him personally, basically.
Dude, I've played. There was one version of the Tony Hawk game on the DSi that I religiously played, and like the ending thing was that you had to hit his signature Japan 900, and I could never do it.
So, Tony
you're
Hawk
Sorry,
game...
but back to you.
No. so growing up in like that atmosphere. Oh yeah, dude, take another beer. Indulge.
By the way, Sawyer brought us beer.
I brought
and
beer.
He's fucking dope for it. You know,
Cheers.
second guest in the last 2 or 3 months to bring us alcohol.
That's pretty awesome.
We had a
Wow.
guest from Portugal.
You guys need to put it like in your.
No,
your
we
description,
should.
Bring alcohol.
Yeah, bring alcohol. You get a better edit.
That's so funny.
We'll make you look good in the edit if you give us alcohol.
Don't tell them that. That's a secret. Come
Yeah,
on.
cut
now.
that out, Micah.
Cut that out. You guys cut that.
No, we had an artist from Portugal who brought us port wine.
Like
all the
from
way-
Portugal, dude.
All
Like
the way from
25-year-old
Portugal.
wine.
So he
bro.
like declared that at like customs and
I don't
stuff.
fucking know.
I don't
what
know how she
did,
got
bro.
it through.
She
but
fucking probably.
she was just like,
Jeez.
Well, all she did was she like pulled it out of her bag and she was like, "I have a gift for you guys," and we were like, we're drinking wine on the pod. So
That's sick.
now we got the beer. We had the Portugal lady bring us the Portuguese alcohol. Now we have the American bringing us the beer. Let's go, baby.
working out. But your music.
Oh,
I wanna go back to that. I know. Sorry,
yeah,
we're
So
all
yeah,
over
we
this.
totally just went. So yeah, growing up around skate park, I was around like a lot of different music, and you know, society at the time back in those days, it was like skateboarders were like bums or punks.
Totally.
And growing up in it, no one was either of those things. It was such a great community, and the music that I listened to was just so empowering of like the punk, you know, society, blah blah, all that stuff. And so I think that just kind of resonated with me. And I couldn't even tell you half the songs that I did listen to back then. But like you said, like Tony Hawk video games, like every soundtrack.
Yeah, totally.
My playlists are all like I literally have like an 80-year-old emo kid like playlist that's just all the
awesome.
video games. So that's where that kind of comes from. And then obviously like growing up listening to Green Day, Good
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Oh hell yeah!
And then
You're
a lot
3
of
days grace guy.
what's that?
3 days grace guy.
Fire.
Oh,
Fire.
hell yeah!
And then I listened to like a lot of rock music with my dad, Guns N' Roses.
Sick.
I like the Smiths a lot
Yeah,
from growing up. And then my mom listened to a lot of like pop music with me, like Britney Spears,
Yeah.
Kesha, like on the way to school and stuff. I got super into dubstep, like Skrillex, Deadmau5.
Yep.
I would literally listen to Skrillex and Deadmau5 on the way to school at like 6 a.m. with my Skull Candy headphones.
Same, bro.
Literally, and looking back, I'm like, why? Like, I'm listening to such
were
intense
going
music
through
at like
it.
6 a.m. When I go to school for like 8 hours, and I'm
That's
just
so funny, bro.
like,
That's hilarious.
Had to be hyped up for Maths 101, bro.
yeah. And then from there, I got super, like, British rap was sick.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of started getting into rap. Like Eminem.
Yeah, I was about to say name some artists.
Eminem, Tiny Tempa.
Okay.
That was a big one in the UK at that time. Okay. And then in high school, I had a friend who got me into like everything. He was a huge World Star fan. So he
Okay,
got
yeah.
me into like Travis Scott and
Yeah.
like X and
those
that
dudes.
whole scene.
Were you big on SoundCloud like ever?
Huge on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never big on
Well,
SoundCloud.
are you popping?
Dude, check my numbers. Like, we're huge.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, I was big into SoundCloud. I was huge into Lil Peep.
Yeah.
Biggest X fan ever.
Yeah.
I love all his music.
Rest
and
in
then
peace.
Juice WRLD
Yep.
got
Also
big.
rest in
Sadly,
peace.
rest in peace to all of them. But those artists alone inspired a generation, I think.
Yeah, they really
Totally
did. And they
agree.
weren't even, what was it, 2016, 2017 to 2022, 23, like,
Yeah.
was their sphere of, like, the SoundCloud. We were just talking about this on the other podcast, about how SoundCloud has kind of, they had their moment. Now it feels like they're kind of slipping out of it. But even in that really short moment that, like, the SoundCloud rapper had, they changed the sounds of,
Everything.
at the very least,
crazy, dude.
rap. But you could argue, yeah, pretty much everything now has a little bit of that SoundCloud influence that,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, that 2016 to 2021, 22, 23 moment, whenever you want to call the end of SoundCloud, it was ridiculous to see, like, Juice WRLD especially. I think he had one of the, like, maybe the most commercially successful.
100, yeah.
And I think maybe the most influential for other artists. I think Juice WRLD was out of all of the SoundCloud guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's crazy, and I think I said this last episode too. But it was like, it's so interesting how I feel like so many of those dudes. It's like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, they defined like a movement or whatever, but like labels were pissed because like this
They're
was
doing it on
all
their own.
homegrown, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was dudes, like you said, like one earbud in,
Yeah.
screaming into. I almost said earpod, like AirPod, because it's
Not
been
even,
so long.
bro.
since
They weren't even
earbud.
out yet,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Is like you had the wired thing, like they're screaming into like a closet in their friend, like they got a mic.
Well, have you
or
seen
sock
the
over
video
mic.
of Juice WRLD recording All Girls Are the Same?
Yeah, with
Like,
Nick
there's the
Mira.
behind the scenes
Yeah.
video, like him
No.
with like the fucking glasses on and shit. He looks
Yeah.
like he's like 17 years old, whatever he was at that time.
Well, that's what I'm saying is just like it was so much power to the artist, which is one of those things that I feel like I mean we talked a lot already about like how fashion kind of repeats itself, but at the same time like history repeats itself
Yeah.
too in the same way with the music trends and stuff. It's like right now we're in like the TikTok world is starting to like become a little bit more dominant, but it's also on its way out. I would think.
I don't.
It-
I
it's-
think
with that.
TikTok it's on its way out for the era of posting a video and then opening TikTok the next morning
And
to 12 million
viral
views
overnight, yeah.
is over. I think that it's over. YouTube is in, or TikTok is in the phase that YouTube was in like the 2010 to 2013 route, where it was like, if you are truly original and truly making great content consistently, you'll still pop off. You'll still get there.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's still where YouTube is today. Like, YouTube is still, if you make good content, you'll pop. Or, like, consistently over time, if you make good content, you'll still make it. But, yeah, the same with YouTube in, like, after 2010. TikTok is past the point, and it has been for a while, of the, oh, I accidentally went viral moment. No, if you go viral on TikTok, you went viral because you've spent 6 months posting high-quality content every
times a
single
day.
fucking
Yeah,
day.
totally.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't missed a
Yeah.
day, you haven't taken a break, you haven't done shit other than post TikToks, and now you're getting that payback. I think, yeah, TikTok is... It's settling. It's finding its place in the same way that everyone was like, YouTube's destroying everything in like 2009, 2010. By 2012, everyone figured out what YouTube was, how to use it. The labels figured out how to use YouTube with that Vivo shit. Remember Vivo? Like, that was the label's way of monetizing YouTube before they figured out the monetization of the ads, you know? And that's where
crazy.
TikTok is now. It's kind of stabilizing into how people are going to use it in the music industry. And then, yeah, as you're saying, 3, 4, 5 years from now, we're going to have another thing. You know, there's going to be another Vine, another TikTok, another YouTube, another SoundCloud.
Hopefully away from content though, dude.
And
I'm
it'll
sick
make,
of content.
honestly, I don't think we're going to go away from, I think the vertical content scrolling action is here to stay.
Well, I saw something that was talking about like dopamine rush you get when scrolling up and seeing
Yeah.
what's next.
No,
Yeah.
they did the science. That vertical scrolling is not going anywhere because they did the maths, like they did the science, and the dopamine you get from just going
That's
like that
crazy.
Yeah, no,
is
it's
greater
insane.
than anything
That's
else that they can
insane.
figure out. So that swiping and even if you look now, I only noticed this yesterday when I was doing the prep for the live stream earlier. If you go on Spotify now
They're
on
doing,
your
yeah.
app and you swipe, you keep
Wow.
going. They've added a bunch of new playlists and videos and music videos, snapshots and things. So
That's
even
so
things
crazy.
like Spotify, you just scroll and it doesn't stop.
What's your thoughts on like TikTok in that regard? Like, are you like a big like, yeah, TikTok artist? Like, I'll post 3 times a day because I know other artists like some of them just resent.
Yeah,
it,
we
you
have
know what I mean?
we got people on here who are like, if you ask me about TikTok, I will fucking
Swear to God.
I will DMCA strike your fucking video. You know, like shit like that.
No, I think it's cool. It gave a platform for a lot of people that wouldn't have a platform otherwise.
Yeah.
And I think that's sick. But I think at this point it's so saturated.
So true.
Where you can see 1 million songs a day on there.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stick out, and props to the people that can do it.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, you know. Like people think it's a lot easier than it's not.
Bless you, bro.
Bless
Dang,
you.
you were like one of those.
Okay,
quiet
okay, that
sneezers.
was too many, bro.
No, I could like be wait. Too many. Probably better next time.
Come on.
Listen, you get two bless yous, okay?
One max.
Yeah.
I ain't blessing you no more, bro.
It was quiet, so I appreciate you.
Yeah.
No,
bro.
that was an impressive quiet sneeze.
I want to say this is okay. Like, I have no clue I'm gonna cut this back in, so I might just have to cut this whole thing. But there's a really funny story of a girl that I knew in high school, where she like had this sneeze that like some of the dudes in my grade thought was like a cute sneeze.
some of the dudes.
Well,
yeah.
it was this weird. Not me. What? That's crazy. No, but it was like one of those things where everyone was like she would be like, or like something like that, and people were like, "Yo, that's hot." And I'm like, "What?" Crazy. I don't know. I was about to
The
name
male
drop, but
brain,
I'm not
dude.
gonna do that.
Yeah, no,
Brain.
name drop.
Nah.
Go on.
Yeah, what's her Instagram?
Yeah,
Yeah, put the Instagram, put the phone number. Go
yeah,
on.
right. That's funny. No, but all that to say,
Drop her address. What?
Social
here's the
security
IP.
number.
Let's go. You know, no, but it was definitely TikTok was definitely a time, and it's funny because you're saying like I don't know about like content. It's so hard, man. Because like, how do you like predict what's gonna happen next? You know what I mean? The thing is, I was actually talking with a buddy of mine recently because we were talking about how lame it is. Like, he was talking about like working on an album that he's like trying to put out. He's like, why am I even like working towards an album when like everyone only listens to 15 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of had to remind him, it's like, and this is what we worked on this together. Not like I was like, this is what you need to do, but like we kind of came to the conclusion. I think this is a good thing to just remember as an independent artist is like, what you need to know is that like, you are not making music for the sake of TikTok. TikTok is just a platform that you're using. Like your music as an artist, who
It
you are,
exists
everything.
outside of TikTok.
It is. You are like. It is not. Oh, I hope I get viral and then do this. Like, or oh, I don't know about like YouTube Shorts or like any
Honestly,
of those other
YouTube
things.
Shorts underrated as fuck.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know if
yeah, I
motherfuckers
agree.
like aren't like people aren't using those YouTube Shorts like they need to. Those things can go crazy with like
I didn't
no
know that.
effort.
Yeah,
It's
now we're just giving out all the
ridiculous.
secrets.
Yeah,
I know
bro.
we're gonna talk
Chill,
Yeah,
about
cut that
now.
too. Yeah, cut that too.
No, but that's the other thing. I don't like being like, you know.
Told to cut things.
No, I was saying the what is it?
Keep
the
it
like
now.
gatekeeping of like a lot of things sometimes. But anyways,
mean-
but you know what I'm saying though is like
Yeah.
I love like I think that there's so much like beauty. What I really hope is that like TikTok will actually like transform in a way so then it's like yes, artists are whoa, sorry.
What did
yes,
you just
people are
throw
in,
at me?
there's like a bottle tab. But like yeah, like a lot of people are in control of like what is the content that's coming out and stuff, but we're still all like underneath the algorithm and like having
Yeah.
to like work around that, you know what I mean? And I'm hopeful that one day maybe it gets adjusted some I don't know, but it's just it's a brutal time to be an artist, but at the same time it's the best time ever. And it's like the most like convoluted thing. Do
Yeah.
you like relate with that or is that like for you like no, it's not that hard. I don't think that much
Sawyer's
into
been
it.
sitting here being like, this dude is talking mad shit for the last 5
No,
minutes.
I mean, I think every artist, including myself, that hasn't broken on TikTok, we get pretty discouraged by it. Because,
Totally.
you know, we spend hours making songs, let alone, you know, writing, producing, and then going into mixing phases and being
Yeah.
like, well, maybe this will be on a project or whatnot, and planning all that out just for it to get like 30 views on TikTok, which sucks. But also, I think people, the market for some of those people are music lovers, and people that love music will find the music
yeah.
if it's what they like and if
Totally.
it's good.
Yeah, this is a big thing for me on TikTok is I'm a big believer on TikTok that if your content, music, art, videography, whatever, if it is actually good enough, You know, like if you actually if it is actually good enough, it will be successful.
Yeah.
You know, that I'm a big believer of that. Yeah, if the audience exists, it will be found. TikTok will find your audience if it exists.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big believer of if your shit is good, if your shit is as good as you say it is, TikTok will find the people who like it. Yeah, I'm a big believer in that.
I will
It's
say
just,
one of the things I do
consistency.
hate about TikTok is that we no longer have universal inside jokes. Like Vine,
It's so
everyone on
splintered
Vine,
now.
everyone has their own algorithm, right? And with Vine, it was everyone saw the same
Totally,
jokes.
yeah.
And we go to school and everyone knows it's a different language.
What are
Everyone knew it.
those?
I wish we
Yeah.
had the universal inside jokes from
Yeah, because
from Vine on
sometimes there are
TikTok.
things all over my For You page, and I'll go to my roommate. My roommate he's a DJ, super pop DJ kind of guy. So I'll be like, yo, this shit has been all over my page. Have you seen it? He'll be like, what the fuck are you
He's like,
talking
this
Yeah.
is so dumb.
Yeah, this is the dumbest.
How'd you get your algorithm?
Yeah,
like that?
what the? Yeah, he's like, what the? But then at
What
the
are you
same
looking
time,
at?
at the same time, he'll turn his phone around and be like, this shit has 10 million likes. You have to have seen this. And I'm like, who is that? What are you talking
Yeah.
about? You know, no, it's so splintered now.
Yeah.
That everything in the same way. It's so good at finding those people that now those people aren't interacting. Yeah, there's no modulation. What's the word?
Cohesiveness?
Cohesiveness. Sure, sure. Totally
I
different.
mean,
word,
you might
but
be
we'll-
right. That's not in my vocabulary. You could be right.
We'll go with cohesiveness. Yeah, I feel validated
funny.
from that. So there's no cohesiveness. 'Cause,
Yeah.
it's so good at finding those people.
Do you produce and mix and songwrite everything yourself?
I don't produce and mix. I can do I mostly the way I work is I like collaborating.
For sure.
I like working with people. I think multiple brains is better than one. And I
Always,
think
yeah,
you're
yeah.
better off being really good, if not try to be really good at one thing and have a friend or another person you work with be really good at
Yeah,
what they know how to
acknowledge
do.
your faults and acknowledge other people's
Yeah.
strengths. Yeah,
100%. And I think that the product of that can be a lot better than just one person. And for the people that can do it all, props to you because those people are
It's
insane.
hard, dude.
Yeah, big
It's
flags
extremely
over
hard.
there.
I give huge props to those people that do it all. But yeah, no, I just record and write. And I record a lot of demos and ideas, and I can produce a little bit and kind of get the ideas on paper.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll send it to a friend. I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, oh, I think this would be sick. Let me just touch this up. And
So songwriting inspiration. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but-
you're good.
Where did songwriting come from for you? Was that because I know some people especially in this age they'll produce as they songwrite, and do a lot of that stuff. That's for myself included. Whenever I'm trying to make something, I always have to EQ it while I'm going, and some other people just need an instrument and they can go. How is that the creation process for you?
I write a lot throughout the day, and I just have my notes app is just flooded with ideas and random
Yeah, yeah,
stuff, and some I forget about and will never end up using, which I wish I could find easier. But for me, it's a lot of it is kind of hearing an instrumental or a beat and just kind of figuring out what I envision on it, and I admire storytelling a lot, and I try to tell stories in my song, and sometimes I'll show my girlfriend an idea, and she'll be like, this makes no sense. What are you trying to say?
I'm
what do
comparing
you
the
mean?
sun to I totally understand what you're saying.
But yeah,
It's a
no,
metaphor.
that's how I do it. A lot of the times I've tried doing a lot more of freestyling melodies and kind of putting pieces to the puzzle
Yeah.
together like that, and that's cool too. But yeah,
I love that songwriting is such a really cool talent that the more and more I hear about it or hear other people's ways of going about it, the more and more I'm just mind blown. It's something that is so inherent to the specific person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could be oh, I come up with it by mumbling a melody, or I could be Juice WRLD and I'll just come up with it on the
Do it.
spot. You know what
No,
I mean?
Logan fucking sitting
Yeah.
right there.
Freestyling,
An hour ago? Logan, the dude who just he's fucking he's not quite the Juice WRLD level of come up with the song on
Yeah.
the spot, but he can, I've multiple times I've put him in the booth and said go, and he's done the
That's
song.
crazy.
But
You
that's
know?
not. It's not a comparison game of because I also very much respect. I know some people go out into nature and
Chill
what's
and,
the words that like
The wind
nature
blows
is yeah.
into me.
I've literally
yeah.
never heard of anyone doing that.
Oh, maybe we
maybe I'm
maybe
crazy.
going
I got
I know
crazy
like 10
for-
people who like just go into the woods and just like come out with hit songs.
maybe
Maybe I should try that.
Maybe it's like a Colorado
Yeah,
thing. I don't
maybe
know.
like a music
We'll go in there,
school
just
kinda fucked up
smoke
our-
weed, and then just come out and be like, I know.
So songwriting and everything you do yourself. How about the instrumentation? Do you have an instrumental team, or are you playing and then sending it off to a producer or a mixing engineer to then polish it all up? You know.
For the most part, I just like to work with friends. You know, I like coming up with ideas together. It's almost like doing a group project at school versus writing an essay on your own.
Yeah.
So
I would
that's
do a
good-
group
yeah.
project 9 times out of 10 and just work with my friends and be like, oh, what if we did this? And just throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
And when it does, it's the best feeling. And that feeling of like a bond with someone when you do that, it's like, oh, you know, like
Yeah.
it's the best feeling.
Yeah, I think like making music with somebody special when you're both very creative people, it is one of the ways that like Logan and I, we met late September 2019. I have videos of the two of us in the studio like October 1st, 2019. And now we started a company together. We're out here in this garage doing all this in Logan's house. I think making the music together is what it can really make that bond, especially for really creative people, because you have to be so open and so
Vulnerable.
honest and so
Yeah.
vulnerable with the person that you're creating with that I don't think there is a way to leave a proper writing session without having some sort of like bond made between you, even if it's like the unspoken, like I'm not going to go say anything that you said, you're not going to go say anything I said, but there's still like that kind of unspoken bond between the two of you now.
Well,
know?
yeah, it's that, and then I also think, like, to your point, like, I love that moment when something clicks, because
my God,
it's one of those
it's the
things where
best.
both people or however many people,
When everyone in the room is
everyone
like-
just knows,
Yeah.
and it's so crazy because that cannot be, and this is what. I mean, I don't want to say this because last time I mentioned AI, we ended up talking about it for 2 hours. But the thing is, like, that's something that no computer can ever replicate. Or no, that's just like the most raw and pure form of human emotion, in my opinion. And I love, like, Pharrell has a really great, like, thing where he talks about, like, how creativity works. And, like, to him, it's more so, like, it's not like that, like, creativity is a part of you, but it's, like, something that you tap into. In the same way, it's like you're plucking from an apple tree. You just pick whatever creativity is going to give you that day. You know what I mean? So in the same regard, if you have all of your buddies and you're all grabbing from the same tree, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh, like we got like food for the whole family. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it's just
eating tonight.
we eating, boys. But that's like, I don't know. That's definitely, I love that feeling. That's probably what got me into music too, and also just like meeting all these people. It's just so amazing because like you're bonding on something that I genuinely believe to be so like inherent and like just natural to like the human condition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy. So I love it. And Sawyer, I also want to ask you a couple of other things because you
Go
know
for it.
I'd be
'Cause he's
doing this. But also on the topic of like the shows, like I was really surprised how much like you incorporated a lot of live music with a lot of like electronic
Yeah.
or like other hyper pop, like those sort of instrumentations. I think that's something that you did it from a live perspective really well. And that's was like one of those things that I noticed off the jump. Yeah. But like also like, I felt like that listening to your music, you did that well. Where do you see like those two coming together? Maybe just for you, your music or beyond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I love performing is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
And it's because I feel like we live in such, like we were talking about like TikTok, like
Yeah.
a technology age where like I put out this music and I have no idea what anyone thinks or reacts to it.
Totally.
And to just be doing what I love and see other people enjoying me, like join me in like this like cult atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's like doing what I love and we do it together. Like I think that's the best feeling.
It's actually funny that you say that because I feel like in the same regard, like live shows also mimic making the song too.
Where
You know what I
everyone
mean?
has that moment.
Where you have that
Yeah.
moment, but like it's the difference in between someone being like in the room and you're coming up with the idea and it's like, whoa, like lay that down right now. Or in the same regard, like someone hears the song for the first time and it's, oh dude, it's so cool. It's almost like you're taking a photo of that moment, like when you recorded that in the studio, and then when you're playing it for him live, it's like someone else is able to like open this book and look at that memory. And that's why like I love like I think live music can never go away because like in the same regard, like I don't think that digital music. I'm a huge fan of hyperpop, huge fan of all that stuff. But something about like hearing someone actually play a guitar, someone actually like no auto tune, or even if there is like it's an artistic way or something. You know what I mean? Like the human emotion that is brought up on stage is like tapping into something that just can't be explained. And I think that you do that really well.
Thank you so much.
In your live music. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know if that's just like hype to your like confidence or whatever, but like I think you do that really well. And that's really cool to hear in both the actual like when I'm listening to the wave file and also the like in real life. And then with that going forward is like, what's your plans for like the future of like Sawyer as an artist? Like where are you going?
I'd like to say I have more plans, but I kind of, I don't know. I try not to plan too much because I feel like when I plan stuff, making music wise, it's never going to be good. I try to just pull inspiration from how I'm feeling in the moment and translate that into my music.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, like, even the fact of, like, I can tell just, like, off the jump, like, you're very much, like, whatever happens, happens. And not so much in, like, a lackluster way of that you don't know what's going on, but just a very much, like, accepting of, like, you know, the music that comes out or also just, like, you know, anything. So I don't know. That's just cool to hear. Like, do you have a plan for, like, any, like, even if you don't, that's cool, but, like, are you planning like writing an album at any point or anything like that? You mentioned
potentially coming back to LA.
Yeah, I know you're going back and forth all the time. So.
Potentially, yeah. I'm looking at coming back. But as for album, I don't think I have a plan for an album right now. I think I'm just going to keep putting out singles and
you have to play the game.
Yeah. But eventually I do want to make an album.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do that the way I envision it, talking about not planning. This is how I'm planning to do it.
Yeah.
I want to work with some really cool people and I want it to be perfect, as perfect as I can make it.
And do you normally do a lot of the music aspect of, well, like I guess like the production, all that stuff here in LA? Or is there like people in Miami that you're working with?
Most of it online. Like,
really?
I have friends kind of all over the place and we work together. Like,
it's cool.
I'll record a demo idea and I'll send it. Or they'll even just be like, yo, I made this beat. I think you might like it.
Yeah.
And I'll listen and be like, dude, this is sick.
Need
this.
Yeah. Were you in like the Kenny Beats Discord, like when that was going on during
I am in it, but I'm bad with Discord.
Yeah.
Like, as I just said, I work with people online on Discord. I'm bad with like the groups and whatnot.
Yeah, I totally get you.
It's hard to keep up with.
Hey, there's one Discord that's great, and it's the Roseflower Discord. You should join it right now. Link in bio.
I need to join it. Send me the link.
Yeah, we'll get you in there.
It's in the link in the bio. You scroll down real quick, you know?
Let me just get some.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, get the dopamine.
Could you imagine like he just like does this and the whole screen moves for everyone? I'm going to try and see if I can figure out how to edit that.
He's going to be after me after that.
Some of them are like trying to scroll back up. No, that's crazy. Well, yeah, that's super awesome. And I love the whole Discord conversation is funny because I'm in the same boat too, where it's like, I've been in a couple where like, they're like, yo, this is the collective. We're all going to make dope music together.
And it lasts about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
It lasts 3 weeks.
I actually relate the Discord thing to like Minecraft sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
Because you got
get
like
this far and then everyone's like, yo, actually, I got to like hang out with my mom. Like, I can't be on tonight. Like, life's just changing.
It's so funny because it's like you are like halfway through building like the new like
empire.
It's like you're building like the Sistine Chapel in Minecraft with all your boys. Everyone's got diamonds. It's going crazy. It's like this is gonna
You're
be
the netherite armor now, bro.
Yeah, bro. Well, that's the thing is like you're gonna be on like cloud 9, everything, and then like one day I actually don't think it's like yo my mom's busy or something. Excuse me. I really think it's like literally off the jump. It's just. For whatever reason, nobody talks. You know what I mean? Just weirdly, it ends like that. So funny. I don't know why that. Maybe that's just like the rush of like the creative juice that I was talking about. Like you get
burnt out.
Yeah, burnt out,
bro. You get that Minecraft burnout after 2.5 weeks of chopping down wood. You know, like, there's only so much you can do. You know.
Yeah, totally. I get you. Well, Sawyer, I think this has been an amazing conversation.
This has been
Yes.
sick.
If you believe it or not, we've been chatting for like almost an hour
Really? I
already.
keep
Yeah.
going. Should we
So-
keep
Dude,
going?
it's so crazy.
No, it's so much. Once you get into it, it just flies.
Yeah, that did
No.
fly.
It's freaking
So-
awesome.
I was ready to open another beer.
I mean, no one's stopping you. So you have this camera in the middle. You have this camera right in front of you. Where can people find you? What should people look for?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got going on? What do you want the people to
So
know?
you can find me on all platforms at IDK Sawyer. And my website has all my links and stuff to it. It's sawyerofficial.com.
Very cool
um,
website, by the way.
It is
Check
official.
out. Dude,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm really insecure about it. I'm like,
No, it's dope as
I don't
fuck,
know.
dude. No, that
Dude,
was
thank
so
you.
cool.
Yeah. It's super sick.
Well, yeah, what you just said.
Yeah, there you go.
Go check it out.
Yeah, there you go.
But and go check out My Fault out now in the music video
Banger.
with Dumb Days.
Shout out.
So
Alex,
good.
very talented guy.
All these links will probably be in the description
Yeah.
as well.
Sick. Yeah, just scroll down, get that dopamine rush.
There you go. There you go.
And you'll get even more dopamine by watching My
Come
Fault
on.
music video.
Exactly. Find all the Steves. I couldn't. Maybe you can. You know?
That's funny.
No,
Yeah.
Micah, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on. I was looking for that camera. It's gone. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Shoelace Music, spelled SHOOLACE. Because we also be doing that music
I didn't
thing
even know you
too.
made music. I need to
Yeah.
check
This
your stuff out.
music's insane, bro.
I bet. With a mustache like that?
Stop.
Come on.
We'll kiss after the podcast, but we got to turn off the cameras first. But yeah, you can find me
Cheating on
there.
me?
I am cheating on you. And speaking of you, where can they find you? And where can they find Roseflower Records?
You can find me on Instagram at Finlay did it, because who did it?
Finlay did it.
Finlay,
I
I
hope-
guess.
I was hoping Ani would say it too. No, I have him.
Finlay's
I have
over there
them,
sleep- he's over
I have
there
them
sleeping.
trained so well. It's great. I just say, who did it? There we go. Ani Finlay
Finlay did
me
it.
in
Well, I don't like that
time.
you said trained. It made me feel like I was like,
Well,
a bottom. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we can talk about your job title after the fact. You
funny.
can find Roseflower Records at Roseflower Records on Instagram, Threads, and that's it. You can find us on X or Twitter at Roseflower Records. I'm
Crazy
not
tag.
calling it X, but apparently we have
Finlay
to
did
now. Finlay did it.
That's
there
it.
you go.
He's
There you
on
go.
it. He's
You
on
did
it.
You did it.
we now have a new co-host, by the way. You have to come
Along
in.
with Rain too.
Oh, fuck. Rain's a co-host, too. Oh,
Wow,
gosh.
you guys got to get a bigger room.
Yeah.
Looks like we got to move to Miami. You got a spot?
Yeah, you got a spot. Yeah, we got any contacts in Miami?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's
No, you can find us at www.roseflowerrecords.com if you want to find our website. You can email myself or Micah at our names at roseflowerrecords.com if you want to talk to us about music, life, Club Penguin, I guess,
Don't
whatever.
talk to us about
If you need Club Penguin
His
Rizz
mom's
advice,
couches.
Micah might be the one. If you want photos of my mom's couches, you can email me. I will send you through those
There's a
photos.
subreddit for that.
Yeah. Or apparently, I guess you can.
subreddit of his
Yeah, my
mom's
mom's
couches.
I guess you could maybe email Micah. He might have photos of my mom's couches.
What's
I
funny
don't
is like
really
this
know.
subreddit is actually like one of the most active subreddits because everyone is going to your mom's house and taking pictures of this couch.
Oh my
man.
god.
No
Well,
disrespect to your mom.
Shout
But
out.
absolute shade. No, I'm just like, but that's
No,
awesome.
Sawyer, thank you so much for coming.
Dude,
This has been
thank
so
you guys
much fun.
so much for having me.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god. And we will see you guys in the next episode in a couple weeks.
And I might
Alright?
be a co-host.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Sawyer will be back
He'll be
next week
back.
too. Yeah.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up, sir.